We have the honor and privilege to be hosting our annual event here. We couldn't host it at our office like we did last year because the numbers keep on growing. That shows that Dolan is now becoming a brand that we need to appreciate. As a matter of principle, allow me to pay my respect to His Majesty King Letsie III, the Right Honorable the Prime Minister, the President of the Senate, the Speaker of the National Assembly, and to minimize the protocol, allow me to pay my respect to the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations, who is with us here today, the British High Commissioner, Ndate Harry MacDonald, is very good in Sesotho now. Thank you. The Vice President of the board, Dr. Paul Myers, we recognize your presence. We now have May Veronica, who used to be our director. Now she has a different cap altogether. Our president, who will be watching us online, that day, Lord Chairman, is now the honorary consul of Lesotho. We need to appreciate that now we are going up. So May Veronica is here, the wife of Ndate Mike German. We recognize your presence. May Joanna, the chair of the board, who is here, including the board. We now have a very special visitor today with us, or there are two. Mayor Selina, could you kindly, not Mayor Selina, Mayor Mamudisa, could you kindly stand up with due respect? This one, I'm doing it exceptionally. Mayor Selina, we are waiting for Dr. Tepak, who is the younger. Is it older? Is she older or younger? The younger sister. The founding members that the Batman that the oldest Tepak. This is the daughter. We really appreciate your presence. Ndate Mainwane, could you kindly stand up, please? You know why I'm also recognizing him today? As I was browsing through some of the photos in the office, I'm 12 years now with Dolan, freelancing. I found Ndate Mainwane in those photos. That means he has been part of this link for so long. We need to appreciate your presence there. We have teachers, students who are with us here today who have been part of this link. Some of them have been to Wales. We appreciate your presence. Members of the media fraternity, we also recognize your presence. As a matter of principle, like I said, you remember, or when you look at our program, for those who have it in front of them, we are starting in the reverse order. With due respect, the Honorable Minister will leave us earlier. So don't be surprised that he's going to be number 3, whereas he was going to be number 3 from the bottom. Yes. With these few remarks, we are approaching 40 years now, the Honorable Minister, of our existence in this country next year. So we are 39 years this year. That means we have left a mark in this country. For those 39 years of our existence, we need to make sure that we still continue for another 40 years. And we give you our heads up that we are going to be here for another 40 years. Thank you. I wish to invite the chair of the board, Mayor Joanna, to make some few remarks, and after which immediately, Mayor, I would like you to invite the Honorable Minister onto the podium to make some remarks. Thank you. Oh, I did not mention my name, which is very critical. My name, as you come up, Mayor, please. My name is Manyanye. I'm the country manager of Dolan in Lesotho. Thank you. As you come up, can the two stand up, please, Mayor Sharon and Meke. These are the co-directors of Mayor Sharon and Meke. These are the co-directors of Dolan in Wales. Thank you very much. Over to you.
Thank you, Ndate Mayanye. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, and everyone else. Thank you for being here today as we celebrate another year of collaboration, achievement, and meaningful connection between Wales and through Dolan's work. It's really exciting to see so many familiar faces and new friends gathered here, committed to the values that bind our two nations together. Today, as we reflect on shared accomplishments and look to the future, I want to begin by acknowledging the vision and dedication that have guided Dolan for so many years. As Ndate Manyane has said, it's been 39 years. Our purpose to create sustainable projects, partnerships, and friendships that enrich both Welsh and Basotho communities remains at the heart of everything that we do. This past year has been a testament to that vision, filled with milestones that show our mission in action and the strength of our connection. One of the most memorable and validating highlights of the year was the visit of His Majesty King Lithia III in Cardiff in June this year, which Dolan co-hosted alongside the Welsh government. His Majesty's presence in Wales was a profound reminder of the deep and enduring bonds between our two countries. Dolan also celebrated Lesotho's bicentennial together with the Basotho diaspora in Wales, a moment that underscored not just our partnership, but shared history, mutual respect, and a hope for a prosperous future. We are delighted that the Honorable Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Relations will celebrate with us today, and to really mark the spirit of unity and collaboration as one of the delegation that joined His Majesty in Wales earlier. As I've highlighted, today we are grateful for your presence, and I wish to especially welcome you. This year also saw significant success and achievement through our programs such as WTPP and Pride of Place. Through these programs, exchanges were facilitated that allowed Basotho teachers and students to travel to Wales, and Welsh teachers and learners alike to travel to Lesotho, allowing students and teachers not only learn from one another's cultures, but also forge connections and friendships founded on mutual respect. It's through such initiatives that we empower future generations, equipping them not only with academic knowledge, but also with shared values of community, resilience, and understanding. We are proud of every participant, and we look forward to hearing about the journey and the transformations these exchanges have sparked. Before I start to bore you, I would also like to take a moment to commend and thank our co-executive directors, Kath and Sharon, for their leadership. I think this is the first time that Dolan has ever had two directors at once. And under your guidance, Dolan has reached new heights in a remarkably short time, fostering strong, positive momentum that is felt across both our communities. Kath and Sharon, thank you for your vision, for your relentless commitment to building partnerships that matter. Also, thank you for being so easy to work with. Really, with you at the helm, I'm confident that this organization will continue to thrive and inspire. Today, we're not only here to celebrate past achievements, but also to look forward. The journey ahead is filled with potential, and we are ready to embrace it. We are more committed than ever to creating lasting impact, empowering communities, and ensuring that the legacy of our founders endures and grows for many years. Thank you for being a part of this journey. I truly hope you enjoy what will be shared with you today and that you have fun while at it. Now, I have a very hard job of calling up to the stage the Honorable Minister to give us his remarks. Thank you.
very much. You may be seated. Thank you very much, Johan, Chairperson of Dolen. And let me acknowledge that I am the product of this important. Let me pay my respects to His Majesty the King and the Head of State, the Right Honorable the Prime Minister and the Head of Government, the Honorable Deputy Prime Minister, His Excellency or Your Excellency, the High Commissioner Harry McDonald, and Tatuamsu. The leadership of Dolen and the representatives that are here with us today, and our host when we were in Wales with His Majesty earlier this year, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. I'm honored to join you today as we celebrate the anniversary of Dolen Lesotho Cebu. It is an occasion that celebrates an enduring friendship between Lesotho and Wales. A partnership woven on an unbreakable spirit of cooperation and mutual respect. I therefore, on behalf of the government of Lesotho, like to congratulate Dolen Lesotho for holding of this annual celebration. Our two nations share common values, historical and cultural ties, and a commitment to enhancing the lives of our people and creating a better world for all through cooperation, inclusion, justice, and sustainability, among others. The relationship between Lesotho and Wales predates the establishment of Dolen Lesotho and began in the 19th century when Irish missionaries came to Lesotho. This year's celebration, therefore, carries a special significance as Lesotho celebrates 200 years of nation. It is no coincidence that as part of the commemoration of the bicentennial of founding of the Lesotho nation, His Majesty King III visited the United Kingdom and Wales, in particular in April, to strengthen relations and cooperation between Lesotho and Wales. Dolen Lesotho has played a pivotal role in promoting meaningful relations between our two countries and the implementation of cooperation projects between Lesotho and Wales. Through the years, our two nations have cooperated on education, health, sports, sustainable development, leveraging on initiatives such as Wales for Africa program. Following the visit to Wales, the two nations agreed to explore cooperation in the field of renewable energy, recognizing the pioneering role of Wales as a global leader in the field of clean or renewable energy. The people-to-people relations have been at the core of the friendship and cooperation between Lesotho and Wales, as exemplified by the establishment of the Dolen Lesotho symbol. And I would like to give you a commitment right now that as a Minister of Foreign Affairs and also a key participant in community development, there are two other community development organizations that we have started engagements with Dolen to start the cooperation between Dolen and those two other community development organizations here. We will report the success of the cooperation very soon. Dolen has given a practical effect to the friendship between the two nations. In this connection, one of the flagship initiatives, the twinning of our schools, which has led to students and teachers exchange which not only to contribute to the education development, but also to promote cultural ties and cooperation between our two teams. When we were in Wales, we met the Welsh people who have been here to Lesotho, and the love for Lesotho is so great. Many Welsh citizens have traveled to Lesotho, and Basotho have traveled to Wales with some establishing their homes in Wales, fostering personal relations that transcend borders and continents, thereby enriching the cultural tapestry of both nations. In 2025, we will be celebrating 40 years of the founding of Dolen, and I promise I will be here. As we celebrate, we look for the future. We should strengthen our cooperation and to tackle common challenges such as climate change, economic development, inequalities, and pandemics, among others. We should work together to ensure that Dolen Lesotho becomes a beacon of hope and solidarity, not only for our two nations, but globally. In conclusion, I wish to reaffirm the commitment of the government of Lesotho in strengthening relations between Lesotho and Wales, and to extending all the necessary support to Dolen Lesotho as a valuable partnership in strengthening relations between Lesotho and Wales for the mutual benefit of our two nations and our people. I think.
I'm not sure whether I should address it or not. Thank you very much, Honorable Minister, and Sharon, as speakers are coming on the podium, I'll get in between. In June, when some of the students were going to Wales, I never traveled with them on a bus. For the first time, I took a bus to Johannesburg. And when we were at the border, I won't mention the school, one of the students was a bit busy. She was sick. And I said to her, "Can I take you to a doctor now?" She said, "No." I repeatedly said that. I was holding her with a hand. "Can I take you to a doctor?" She said, "No, they're going to leave me. I'll get well when I get to wait. I know." She said, "This is a lifetime opportunity." And in the bus, she sat next to me. I tried to console her. She said, "No." I said, "Can we stop somewhere and get to a doctor?" She said, "No." Just before we get to Vereniging, she was dancing like everybody in the bus, saying, "I'm going there and I'll make sure I'll go there." When she came back, she was so happy. It's a lifetime opportunity for a student to travel to Wales. I always tell them when we have an induction that make use of this opportunity. May we invite you with some few remarks, Sharon.
Is this actually working?
Yes.
A little bit, I'll come close. Okay. I'm not going to speak a lot. I do tend to talk a lot in these occasions, but I'm going to let all our project partners and participants do that for me. We've had an incredible year. We, as already mentioned, have run numerous projects, 15 in total, across partners and our funded programs, and they are just going from strength to strength. It makes us very proud. It makes us very tired. This is the third Moketi we've arranged this year, and I haven't taken any advice off anybody. So I know Harry's thinking, that's a packed schedule. Last time it was busier than that. So I'm going to be very strict with our presenters today and do this. So if you're coming up and I'm doing that, you need to wrap up, okay? But yes, you know, we have many faces here that I have not seen for 10 years, so I feel extremely happy to see you again. And lots of new faces as well, that hopefully we'll have time to talk to you today. If not, we can arrange other times to connect and discuss future collaborations. Everything I've written on this piece of paper has been mentioned already. This is a habit that happens with some of my speeches. But I just again want to say I'm just so proud of the commitment that all our volunteers, all our staff, our supporters, our donors and funders, that they show us. You know, we cannot exist without that. But it is moments like this, and we have our audience in Wales as well there, that are just keeping us going. It keeps us motivated, it keeps us happy, keeps us stressed, but it's worth it. And you look at a day like this and you can see that it's very much worth all that effort. Okay, so our first presentation is from our recent teachers that came to Wales for the Wales Teacher Placement Programme. We have a video to share, and I don't know whether you guys want to come up and say a few words as well. But I have to acknowledge my Sesotho spell check wasn't working, and I'm very sorry, May, that we have a spelling mistake on the programme for May Llanele. So please apologise and take my apology for that, my dear. All right, fantastic. Could you actually press the video, the next slide, please, on my slide. Please come up, WTPP Dream Team.
I think as you speak, try to avoid the abbreviations WTPP, because some of the people might not know what WTPP means. So make them.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to make the little introduction on behalf of 5 people who went to Wales on Wales Teacher Placement Program, WTP. My name is Mrs. Mamundreji Belina Puka. I'm the teacher and the Dolphonics trainer in the country. And next to me, we have Mr. Sidwell Kwenene. Mr. Sidwell Kwenene is the principal of Mazinot Primary, and again, is the Dolphonics trainer. And next to Mr. Kwenene, we have the director of the Sotho College of Education, Tabataka campus, Mrs. Me. I'm very sorry. You. Doctor. We have Dr. Toysili Ella from Tabataka. She's the new director now. Next to Doctor, we have Naufela. We call him Ben. Ben is a teacher at the Tabanatwana Primary School. And in absentia, we have Dr. C.D. Matikiso Mohwebi. She is the teacher at Butabuta High School and the head of department in English. I was placed at Pastoral Primary in Kitwidi. Mr. Kwenene was placed at Pembry in Kitwidi. Dr. Ella was placed at Clanmore. And then Ben was placed with me at Castor Primary. And lastly, we have our Dr. Tidimo Hwebi. She was placed at Romathan. Correct. Thank you. Now you can watch what we have been doing and what we are doing back home. Thank you.
The Teacher Placement Program 2024 cohort. In the following slides, we share our work in Wales and in Lesotho post the placement. It is important to highlight, therefore, that the theme for the 2024 assessment was Sustainable Development Goal 3, and we placed in different schools to develop a teaching and learning resource using one of the themes under SDG 3. Lesotho was placed at Penny Primary School. As a school principal, we got an opportunity to share and learn leadership skills and taught about Lesotho. While he was in youth, he learned beyond the classrooms, and with the things that he learned, we realized that things at school are important in developing and imparting skills to learners. Back in Lesotho, Ndati Sitwan has put this into practice with his learners in the school as evident in the photos. We further collaborated with parents to help their children practice this at home. And beyond the school, Ndati Sitwan has partnered with Lesotho Flower Mills to sponsor the best essay writers for the coming year 2025. In this slide, we have Mona, in a placement at Castle Primary School. Mona taught the year 3 and learned how to use a smartboard, approaching learners' work on Google, and using different methods of teaching, such as Carol method, the use of 5Bs, and she further observed a reading dog in moderating learners' emotions, teaching Jolly phonics and how the school collaborates with the parents and the community. She also took part in teaching food and nutrition and shared generously with her learners Lesotho, the culture, currency, as well as the geographical features. Back in Lesotho, Belina continues with her work as a teacher at James Makgobalo Primary School and Jolly Phonics trainer. With the skills acquired in years in her classroom, she uses 5Bs and Carol method of teaching to make her class interactive and accommodative of every learner, regardless of their abilities. In this slide, Nto was placed at Shannon Secondary School and taught physics and mathematics. In the pictures using the smartboard and PowerPoint presentation, Nto was teaching mathematics using Lesotho games to develop the concept of shapes and teaching year 10 physics. She also gave a lesson in the country of Lesotho. Back in Lesotho, 2 months after her placement, Nto was appointed Lesotho College of Education Thabazaka campus director. During her reign as a director, she plans to turn the campus around and make it a world-class institution by building strong relationships with youth and schools with links in Wales, and when necessary, bring in expertise and funding to make the education institution fit for the 21st century. CD was placed in a Welsh school, Birmingham Secondary School. She was placed in the English department and observed when teachers teaching English and literature. She also taught English using the smartboard. She further learned more about child-centered practices for interactive and inclusive classrooms. As an inclusive education advocate, she further visited a number of schools to learn about inclusive education. In her stay at Birmingham, she collaborated with the Year 10 to develop a learning resource on substance abuse, which can be piloted in both Lesotho and Wales schools. Back home, she has put into practice learner-centered practices in teaching English language and literature. She further taught about sustainable development in 3 and collaborated with her grade 10 learners to develop a learning resource on SDG 3. She's further putting her digital skills into practice by integrating technology into her classroom teaching English language. And on the pipeline, she's collaborating with Dolin to train teachers on inclusive education. In his placement at Castle Primary School, Ben learned a number of skills, and to mention but a few, Ben learned how to integrate technology in his teaching through the use of a smartboard, PowerPoint presentation, Google Classrooms, child-centered learning methods using collaboration and communication skills, using relevant teaching and learning materials. We further shared more about Lesotho, his school, and through the similarities and differences between the two schools and the two countries. Back home, Ben is putting what he learned into practice, is practicing peer reading to encourage teamwork, collaboration, reading and listening skills, and spelling by grouping learners according to their learning abilities and using relevant teaching materials.
Okay, that is the summary of what we have learned by the time that we were in Wales. Just to add a few of that, is that when we were there, we used to joke with one another and say, Basotho, hampe." I'm very sorry to say so. But that the essence was when we were there, seeing how Welsh people were upbringing their children, we wondered why are we not doing the same. If you get to the one of the schools in Wales, the gardeners are all clean. But when we get to our schools, we shall find almost papers everywhere, and nobody is taking care of why are the papers being torn from the exercises. In Wales, those learners there, their exercises are still in their cupboards for the previous years. But in Lesotho, we used to tear them, throw them almost everywhere. So we used to say, Lesotho, we have to change and impart the kind of the skills that is needed to our learners that we need as by the time that they are grown up. What is it that we need to our children? What is it that we need to people when they are grown up? We need to impart the kind of the skills that we need the people to be when they have grown up. In short, really, we thank you very much for Dolan to have organized that, for us to spend almost a month in Wales. And we really commit ourselves to be available in assisting the transformation in our area, in Lesotho at large. We avail ourselves, we have committed ourselves that we shall be available to instill or to share the experiences and the skill with others on how to transform our way of upbringing a Lesotho child. We thank you.
Thank you very much. As we approach OR Tambo, I won't mention the school. When we go to OR Tambo, everybody had to take his or her luggage out of the bar. One of the teachers made a very loud noise. Oh, I'm here and I'm going. People were surprised. This is my first time get onto the Airbus. So it came out of his own, he didn't plan to make it. He was just shouting and people were looking at what is happening. Makenya High School, can you kindly come up here, please? I'm not sure, the podium might be a bit higher for them. I was asking them, yes. They want to make some few remarks. No, none of them was sick. These are my kids. None of them was sick. Over to we could have a bit of character. I need to check over now do a refer.
Greetings, everyone. I say my questions before I comment. Today I stand before you to share the breathtaking experience I got from Wales. We learn so much in Wales. In school, we have so much that we don't. Instead, they use smart boards for learning, which facilitate learning, adequate lab equipment, and environmentally, there is no littering, not even a small of waste. It has all clean with no bin or ignorant, and there are fresh flowers everywhere. How we were inspired to do the clean up in our environment. All this were achieved through direct participation of the school in cleaning the local environment. From Maclean to Mushashotu, which is Water Polytechnic Infrastructure Campus. During our project, we are teaching the community about proper waste management and recycling, whereby we convert waste materials into new materials and objects. This concept often includes the recovery of energy from waste materials. So the ability of a material depends on its ability to accept the properties it had in its original state. So, recycling can benefit your community, economy, and the environment. It can take 500 years to be complete and decline. That recycling is important because it prevents the wastage of useful materials and is responsible for using the consumption of the raw material. It's a process that acts as an excellent help for the earth environment as it reduces energy usage, air pollution, and water pollution. Global is the result of our mistakes. If we are going to prevent wastage of natural resources, it can prevent pollution is a responsibility towards the environment, and we should teach others to recycle if we want to save our planet. Recycling takes longer more the resources. When recycling process, 80% of more we harvested. Planet is burdened with an ever-increasing amount of discarded materials. Glass and electronics. Provide a solution to this problem. By the retailers can lend lease on our environment and conserve valuable resources. Not only can it help produce our current thinking, but it also will the need for harvesting raw materials. Self energy resources can help us. Improving our urban habits, we can help people environmentally and preserve our natural resources. And separating our waste into regular contribute to a circular economy. Climate change resulting from our current emissions and chemical cleanliness. The aim of this study was to understand and to a critical analysis of the different indigenous systems and practice of waste management.
Good morning, everyone. As you can see, my name is Vocality, a teacher in Companion High School. And as you can see, I have very empowered learners. We went to Wales, we had those experiences, and they were empowered to bring a change in their community. Top on the task force on which touches like close to 39 years, going that give numerous opportunities to both teachers and learners. Cultural exchanges, through on-class experiences, where we happen to learn how teaching is being done in Wales, which is more or less like learner-centered mostly. That very, very empowered, and we believe, like most type schools, that we can be the salt in our country, being about change, being about changes pertaining mainly climate action. Through sustainable development goals, we happen to be indulged in numerous programs that are meant to entirely. So, for example, we engaged in the World Cleanup Program this year, which is something maybe we are viewing in the next few years. Maybe we can be celebrated in more schools, not just our school, to promote cleanliness, to promote healthy environment, to promote sustenance as well. I have too much to share. I'll get to be short on this one so that other dignitaries and other speakers can have the opportunity to share this important event, have their views as well. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Yeah. Now they are in OR. These are some of the experience. I always envy my two co-directors because they're very patient. I said I won't mention the school. When they're in OR, I get a WhatsApp message from one of, because when they leave, we leave as a team. We no longer live separate as different schools. I get a WhatsApp message from one of the coordinators on the ground at, in London, Heathrow. There is a school missing. How can I help? Because I'm in Marseille. They write a WhatsApp message to me and say, there's a school missing. I begin to wonder. After some few minutes, the school was not missing. They were exploring the plane. They were left in the plane. And believe me, now the bus was waiting for them outside for pickup. And everything in the UK, you adhere to time. So some of these challenges that I always envy what His Excellency said, we have Basotho time. Indeed, they do it in that when they're in London. So these are some of the experiences. That can you kindly come up and say some few remarks on Jollyphonics? That we are just the two of us in the office.
As Ndate Manyanye has told you, I am Ndate Khosi Mofodisa. I am the trainer, Jollyphonics trainer, the synthetic phonics teaching approach, and also the literacy manager for learning. 2023 was so miraculous in our history. This is where we rolled out the Jollyphonics program in all the primary schools. This is whereby all the teachers, the grade 1 teachers, were brought together and trained on Jollyphonics. 55 workshops were held across all 10 districts of Lesotho. The results were, we trained 1,372 principals, 1,849 teachers, and we managed to reach 51,091 learners with this program, and they enjoyed. After the rollout, we wrote a report that entails all the activities that were there. We reviewed the pre-course, pre-test and post-test forms that teachers fill, and they have shown that the program or the rollout was so significant. They have learned a lot. In all 10 districts, we have WhatsApp groups with grade 1 teachers. This way, we share our experiences, we share videos. One teacher would ask a question in the group, then the other teachers and the trainers will respond to that question, and they will implement that into their classroom. So we have about 1,519 teachers in those groups. We have our trainers, as I have said, the Jollyphonics trainers. They are confident now that they can deliver the Jollyphonics training with confidence. So it is really impactful for them. We had our monitoring and evaluation in late 2023. This is whereby a team of our trainers, together with MOET officials, went to selected schools. About 19 schools were selected. This is where they supported the grade 1 teachers, they mentored the teacher, and they assessed the learners to see the impact of the program. It was wow, as they could see that children could read, children could run. It was really a history. You can see the picture here of our officials doing some actions. Jollyphonics, it is fun, it is child-centered, it is multi-sensory. I think one day we should train all of you here with the sense of what is Jollyphonics. So the trainers there, they are doing the action for the letter sound, the officials there. So it was in 2024, this year, whereby 10 workshops was held in all the district. The inspectors, the DRTs, district resource teachers, they were trained on the program. The reason being, we wanted to make this program sustainable because the DRTs and the inspectors, they go to schools every now and then. So when they go to school, they should know what is Jollyphonics so that they can help and assist the teachers there. We have got two photos here, 2023 and 2024. You can see our leader, Date Manyanya. And you can even identify some of the participants here. Normally, we meet every year as Jollyphonics people to discuss, to review our work, what challenges have we met, what lessons learned, and what is the way forward. So the second picture there, you can see that the trainers are puzzled with the game. They don't know the way forward. So there are different activities that we do. Okay, we can see another photo here. There is the letter sound there. Who can see the letter sound? The letter sound? The letter sound? Who can make the action for the letter sound? Action? Okay, we have got our DRT there in Tabateka. She has visited the school, so she was modeling the lesson so that the teacher can see and follow and do the same. So this is done in all the schools that are our DRTs. We also went to Cape Town with our CEO, Betudo. There was a first annual Pan-African Synthetic Phonics Summit there, and Lesotho had only 2 people. We can see this is Betudo, CEO for MOET, delivering the speech on the need for effective partnership to improve early grades reading outcomes with Jollyphonics. We learned a lot there. The workshops continues, Jollyphonics workshops. We have got Lesotho College of Education in Maseru campus and both in Tabateka campus. And I'm happy to see them here. I love them so much because they have taught me. Now I'm a teacher, now I stand in front of them and I organize some of the activities and they ask me some questions about Jollyphonics, so I'm happy to help them. So we had trainings there in Maseru and in Tabateka. Okay, we can see here, we have got our trainer and our district resource teacher. They are having one-on-one training. So the trainer is training the DRT on Jolly Phonics. Okay. We have some thoughts on the way forward. We want to strengthen our team of trainers so that they can continue making the program sustainable. This includes training them on Jolly grammar, because Jolly Phonics it is systematic. They now know about Jolly Phonics 1 and book 2. Then we want to train them on Jolly grammar so that they can fully equip the teachers. We want to continue and continue support and mentor reception teachers, grade 1 to grade 3 teachers, including DRT, specifically on Jolly Phonics 2, so that there's a smooth transition. We want to continue the collaboration with MOIT to develop their curriculum materials for foundational literacy and train DRTs and inspectors on the program. Also, the Lesotho and Wales teacher placement program should continue to enable sharing of experiences in regard to literacy and other educational aspects, including numeracy and behavior management. This is our plan for the way forward. By so saying, I would like to say thank you, George.
Thank you, Ndati host. I humbly request the trainers and the managers to stand up. Jolly Phonics trainers and managers. If they can stand up, please. Thank you, Masharo. One person that we need to take recognition to is Ndati Harry Maxona. I need to make it special to him. You know, he's very supportive to Dole, and we need to appreciate that. I'm not sure if he's part of us directly. Anytime he needs information, he knows where to get the information and the right information. That with your support, where we are, and we need to acknowledge that. Thank you very much. Can we give him also a big hand? Thank you, Ndati. There is a program that is called International Learning Opportunity. It's an exchange program of professionals from UK to Lesotho. Jan, could you please stand up? Jan Jeffrey, can you speak? Please stand up. Jan Jeffrey came here through that program. And I think she's now part of Lesotho. We appreciate that she came back on a different mission, on a personal decision that I'm going back to help Lesotho. But she came through that program, which you're going to hear from that day, who is around here, from Kuting. Okay. The other thing that we need to take cognizance of is our partnership with the Ministry of Education. That Harry, our partnership with the Ministry of Education is quite enormous. And when you meet the minister, please, I know you'll meet him, Professor Ntoi. I acknowledge that we really appreciate that partnership. Similarly to Ndademu Chobaran, I know you'll meet him. Through the basic hardware that health link, I'm now a Welsh. The partnership between Betsy and Kuting Hospital, it's very strong. Ndademu Soko went through the Betsy link to Wales. But on the other hand, they received a person of similar nature like Jan Jaffrey, who came, I think, was early this year. That over to you.
Oh, thank you so much, Ndati Manyanye. Good afternoon, Bome Lebron Tate. My name is Modibedi John Bosoko. I work at DHMT in Putin district as health information officer. So we were engaged. I was not into the next slide. I was doing the introduction. So I was engaged in mental health stakeholder project that was initiated by Mr. Tilian, who is a psychiatric nurse. So she sent her apologies for the absenteeism as she has some funeral to attend. So I'm here with Mama Pena Matadi. She's our civilian nurse in the district. She also do the quality. She inspects the quality that we do provide services of high quality. So she was also engaged with Hibak, who was from Wales, under international learning opportunity. And she will say more where they have been interacting. Okay, this is the layout of our presentation, the introduction, the purpose of the visit to Wales, the visit outline, and she will also say more about the ILO, International Learning Opportunity with Hibak, who was from Wales. Okay, the Kuti Health Link is a partnership, it's health partnership network under People Africa through this hub that has been created. And these links are intended to do the collaboration. We share the learning, how we experience different management. We learn from them, and they're also learning from us, and you can wonder how they can learn from us with, yes, we are a very little country with very limited resources, but there are somewhere where we do more. And they also need to be capacitated how we manage. In terms of vaccination, we do several vaccinations. I can outline HPV vaccination, where we usually as a country meet the target of 80 to 90%, which has been given by WHO, and we do best there. And then we also wonder how can we reach that target. So we shared with them that we collaborate with Ministry of Education and schools, and we are allowed to do the vaccinations. So that was great, and seems that it wasn't easier in Wales. Okay. Before I can give the more details, I would like to thank the opportunity that we got to Wales. The people were very, very friendly. They were very welcoming, and we felt like we were at home. Right, please? Okay. Oh, I have just said something about the purpose of the visit as we were delivering the presentation on mental health project that we got the sponsorship from Wales through this link. The project was very successful as we managed to train about 415 stakeholders in the communities. This includes community leaders, chiefs, teachers, priests. We also did train police about the mental health because it's something that it affects me, it affects you. So without the recognition of the proposal by Dolan, we wouldn't be where we are today as through the advocacy. the government realized that it should invest more on mental health. We had limitations on tools that are used to gather information because the information that we collect is the one that will be used for advocacy. We do the decision based on the information, but if we lack the tools, we wouldn't be able to represent the challenges that are there on the ground. As well as if the grants, this came to realize that Welsh really appreciate that. And as we speak now, there is more investment through mental health department. At the moment, the tools are under development, and this will really benefit our people. Okay. Yeah, the journey was so wonderful as we took off on the 23rd from Maseru to airport, UR Tambo. The Timanyanya did organize everything accordingly. And we landed in Heathrow on the 24th. And everything was organized. And we see the picture where we clustered them. We can see where, yeah, she organized the logistics until we reached to Cardiff, where we met our partners for baby. From Monday, the 26th, there was Welsh data modeling collaboration. There are experts where they collaborate. Here we are talking about health informatics from health in Wales. They collaborate with mathematicians, statisticians from the universities, and they do analysis on health data. They see how health can be improved. They try to mitigate the gaps through analysis. So we saw how the big team worked together to improve life using health information there, and it was very, very wonderful. We also managed to meet the immunization team. They were very amazed when they hear that we use open source these things. We only depend on products developed by Microsoft, which is Power BI for data collection. And they will need to learn more from us as we are using the full open source. And you can remember that these sources that we use here for collecting our data, they come through the donations of through donors. And they were eager to learn about our systems. Even though there are some challenges in their coverage, are mobile there, and we wondered how we can reach such highest coverage when it comes to immunization. So we're still looking to learn more when we talk about the immunization. Okay, here is just summary. When we arrived with the big team of schools, teachers, and learners in Heathrow, here is Sister Tinian. She was presenting the project, mental health project that was funded. And I was also looking at some applications that are used for when you do the appointment with the doctor. It is easier to access health services in Wales because you can easily interact with your phone with your medical doctor and he or they can advise you which level of health services you need to go. For instance, if it's something that need attention at primary healthcare level, if it is emergency that needs to be attended immediately. And I can assure you, they told us that there are expectations that are given. The health services, though, the primary health care, they are run by GP, they are privatized. So the government gives the expectations from them, and they are checked every now and then whether they meet the target. If there is an emergency and you need ambulance, it will get to your place in less than 10 minutes. And that was very, very wonderful. So here on the first slide, we see the difference between life expectancy and what reach their age. So that team that I talked about earlier, the health analyst team, they try to come up with the solution on how we can use the data to improve health of the people. And that's a very big thing that really brings a positive impact to the people of Wales. So on international learning opportunity, we had Hibat Musa. He was a chief specialist in infection control and prevention. So she was assigned in Kuching district, and she was directly with the body. She was demonstrate how they collaborated.
Good afternoon, Bomelbondat. Like Ndadebo Soko said, my name is Makwena Matadi. I'm surveillance officer at Kuching district. I'm also quality improvement, quality assurance officer there. So Musa was a dedicated person. Kuching is a dynamic, I don't know, but we had poor infrastructure there, and our most of our schools, the students there we had outbreak of like sores, ulcers with us. So Hibak assisted us with IPC, infection prevention control. We managed to visit 5 schools where she educated teachers and students on how better to improve their IPC measures, how best can we do to control those infectious diseases. And she also visited one of the rural places at Kuching, where we had a lot of children who were presenting with cough. And then when we arrived there, we had to visit the mountainous village because we had a case there. That case, the teachers were so sad that that lady is not improving, even though she was from health facility. So we wanted to understand what is happening. We had to go up there at the mountain, and Musa was falling. So we told her, in Lesotho, when you want to go up in the mountain, you have to go in the zigzag way, not in the, because our villages, you won't reach them. We won't be able to reach them. So when we arrived there, she was even crying when she saw the situation at the place.
that young lady was not coping because it was a long story, but she managed to assist them with some things to eat because she was given medication. She was even HIV positive, but she was 11 years lady. So you wonder, where did she get the infection? She wasn't talking, she was crying. So she managed to dedicate or assign some psychiatrists for that young girl. With her, we managed to make a lot of things at the district. As I said, I am surveillance officer. After investigation of outbreaks, we have to sit down and do risk assessment, which was not able. We were not able to do it. We were not well capacitated on how to do such things. But Musa assisted us. After her engagement, we managed to do those things. So now when we do reporting, Kuting is performing well. Even when we have the outbreaks, we know how to handle them at the district level. She was also engaged in the activity of Pilot Day. We didn't understand the importance of that day. She was the one who introduced it to us to give us more information about the importance of that day. As we understand, she was a specialist in infectious prevention and control. So that day, we now understand that Toilet Day, it was introduced because most people were died because of infection from the species. So now we understand the use of toilets instead of using open sources as we used to. So she even visited our rural facilities, which is Makoho, to give more information. She was even interactive with the village health workers there. She understands their challenges, and then she tried to make them understand how to work within those challenges and to improve the lives of people and population who lives at Kuti. So with that note, we would like to visit or to interact more with whales so that we understand how they managed to control outbreaks. How do they conduct their surveillance? How do they do their things so that we copy all those things, like they copy the other things from us. So we want to learn more from them. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Kutin team. Why the link between our health experts in Wales and Kutin Hospital in particular? It came as a proposal from the Minister of Health that Kutin is very vulnerable on a number of health issues. In this country, Kutin is the only district where you can have an outbreak of lice. Yeah. Because of the diverse cultural differences, we have a small group of closers in that district. Literally, yes. I saw mumps, which was an outbreak in the district. There was diarrhea, which was terrible. When Hiba came, I normally take 2 or 3 days, then I come back. When I left her on the day that I had to come back to office, she was not comfortable. She said, hey, Manyanya, 2 hours from Maseru. For her, it was a different approach altogether in terms of life. You know, Sometimes you don't get internet. Sometimes you don't get phones working when you go deeper into the rural part of Kuti. I left her in Kuti, but there was an arrangement for her through our office that at least once every weekend or every twice in the week she can come down to Matip. On the day that I went to pick her up, believe me, that was my first experience. She cried. She didn't want to come back. The hotel staff where she was staying, they literally cried. The hospital staff, because we went there to say goodbye, they were crying. They had built a relationship, which still continues now. And I hope those who come and go on either side of the country, either from the Lesotho or from Wales, we maintain that relationship. She is still in touch with Tuti. On that note, I'll do a small alteration to our program. I wish to invite the Adedi Tito before Heal Our Land. Heal Our Land, I know they're going to make us dance. I know. That's why I'm taking them a little bit down before the Adedi Tito over to, could you come and make some few remarks? He's a rugby man, you can see his height. Thank you.
Your Excellency, I'm not going to go through that long protocol because this is one special event, but allow me to recognize your presence, fellow leadership who are here present today, partners, supporters, and friends. I recognize you all, and we feel so privileged and honored today to be sharing the success of Lesotho Rugby Academy together with Dolan. About Lesotho Rugby Academy. Lesotho Rugby Academy was established back in 2014. We are now currently celebrating 10 years of existence. Yes, indeed, we have stood the test of time. Look at the smile on the faces of the little girls. Before rugby, these little girls, they wouldn't have chance to smile this way because there was nothing for them to do. Like for instance, if they were chased out of one quote unquote, what would they be doing? They would be loitering, going up and down in schools. But with rugby, we gave them hope. Just look at the smile. How excited are they? Because I mean, if you are not doing something you love, you cannot smile. But if you do something that you love and you are giving an opportunity to showcase your talent, we will see this beautiful smile on your face. Sharon. Thank you. Now, the boys and the girls also, they are smiling. Fortunately, this is Mazinot Primary School. And the person who made it possible to be here, back in 2014 when we established rugby there in Mazinot. He was there, he was making sure that these kids are attending and they share the life skills with us. We don't only teach rugby, ladies and gentlemen, but we also teach life skills such as HIV/AIDS awareness, healthy diet, gender equality, as well as many other life skills that we teach our kids in school. And rugby is one of the vehicles that we use in order for us to be able to have these kids happy. What I love about rugby, it's so inclusive. It doesn't matter how big you are, how short or how small or how tall you are, but you have a position, a role to play in the rugby field. Now, when you talk of inclusion, the next slide will show you why we are talking about inclusivity. This is what we are talking about. When we talk of inclusivity, we talk about this. How many people out there are not given an opportunity to showcase their talent, even if you are on the wheelchair, even if you are unable to speak, even if you are not able to run or to, but in this sport, we give you that chance to showcase your talent, to share with other people, to be among other society who think maybe they are better than you. But in rugby, we give you that voice that together we can achieve more. This is what we do. So rugby gives the less privileged people, learners, opportunity to showcase their talent, no matter their background, no matter their physical being, but we give you hope as the rugby. That's why in 2014 we established this beautiful sport for the sake of this beautiful kids or beautiful learners. We'd like to extend our heartfelt gratitude to you and to our dedicated teachers, dedicated coaches, and dedicated partners. They've been always there to support the Lesotho Rugby Academy. This, for the past 10 years, we have trained more than 4,000 girls, more than 4,000 boys. Those boys and girls, today, as I'm talking to you now, some of them, they are busy competing in the Lesotho Rugby Senior League, while others are in South Africa playing for Cheetahs Rugby. So they would not have been there. They would not have been there if it wasn't because of the support we've been getting from you, from schools, from partners during Cameroon, from supporters, friends, and special thanks to His Excellency Mr. Harry McDonald. He has always been there for us, no matter the situation, no matter the time. So, Mayor Sharon and Mayor Veronica, we really appreciate you being part of the Lesotho Rugby Academy. Today, we can proudly say that Paul, as a part of the Lesotho Rugby Academy today, we are so excited in that day. We also thank you, especially. We have received equipment, ladies and gentlemen, from Wales just past a few weeks. And that equipment, it was not only meant for the Lesotho Rugby Academy, but it went a long way also for health department and also for other charities. And that equipment was from Ndate Paul and his friends. So that they allow us to convey our heartfelt gratitude to you, your family and friends, and your partners. I thank you all.
I always make an argument with him that rugby is not for short people. And he says, no, everybody can play rugby. Thank you very much, Ndate. Metwell, like I said, I will make a small alteration. I wish to invite you to the podium to say some few remarks. I don't know what to say about Metwell. He's an icon to recognize, believe me. He's a hard worker. I was at Starlight Sport Training. When was it? A few days ago. These are some of the people that, with due respect, His Excellency, while you're having tea with His Majesty, need to be recognized with a, how do you call it, Rama Theater. I can assure you. Mayor, over to you. Thank you very much.
Good afternoon, Bommel Bondate. I want to appreciate the time and the moment given to me, and I want to honor the giver of time. His Excellency Ndate Harry, we appreciate you, Ndate. And your mission in Lesotho, I don't think it's only because of your office. It is a personal and intrapersonal, and we appreciate all your time and support you give not only to Starlight Oasis of Hope Hospice and many other charities and friends of Lesotho from UK and Wales. That day, we thank you. I want to appreciate our partner Dolan, the former leadership, Mayor Veronica, Ndate Paul, and our current leadership, Mayor Kath and Mayor Sharon. We thank you, the board of Dolan. Honestly, from the history of Starlight Oasis of Hope Hospice, we wouldn't have existed back in UK to register as a charity, but it was because of Dolan that we got an opportunity because of Mayor Veronica, who captured our vision and our mission for the betterment of healthcare services for Basotho, and that was taken on board by the whole Dolan. So we are here today to just share a little update of the great support that we have received both from local, regional, and international that has made our vision to really move towards the fulfillment we believe. As I said, the support has been through the Dolan Camry that we registered as a charity back in UK. We are registered here at home as a non-profit. By profession, I'm a registered nurse who moved to UK 20 years ago. And we are grateful. Here just to remind us that to support here locally, we have got our patron, Her Majesty Queen, who is very much dedicated that we can all collaborate and ensure that we bring respect and dignity to those that are vulnerable, affected with cancer and other life-limiting conditions. As I mentioned, Dr. Paul, he has had a personal mission to really make a difference in the life of others who have got much privileges. And one of them has been his active work within Dolan family, as well as now being the chair of Starlight. That we thank you. It's been a journey for Starlight, just briefly to highlight. Like I said, we have originally been working to see that this care within cancer space, we bridge the care gaps. So back in 2017, it was only registered as a consultancy to work with the ministry to deliver trainings so we can decentralize and democratize knowledge so that our colleagues in all 10 districts can know what palliative care is all about, what kind of model it is, and hospice care, so that those with life-limiting conditions, cancer being our priority, can receive care. But the training was really not easy because of lack of funds. That's when we moved to the charitable cause, because that goes directly to the people affected, them and their families. So that has been a journey. Yes, we are aware that there are pain points in our society, and our people are suffering with the burdens of non-communicable diseases. As a nation, we are all aware that HIV and AIDS and TB are really devastating amongst our people and communities. And therefore, resources from Ministry of Health, health partners, and other international supporters, we are focusing on those communicable infections. However, we left behind the cancers, the hypertension, the renal failures, and the diabetes. And that is where we are saying now people have got advanced complex issues with these conditions. And in the cancer space, they are even diagnosed at an advanced stage because we still have limited resources in terms of early detection and screening. Therefore, palliative care becomes an essential component that can bring comfort and hope to such people. So yes, may I continue? One would wonder, why do I bother if I say I've been in UK for 20 years? What is my problem? Honestly, some people felt like I was sick, and I don't really get it, that it is my own opportunity to be in UK and mind my business with my family. But there was a personal burden within me that I need to play my own small part. Little flags of mine like the ones that are flying about here, I can just raise my little one and do my part so that others can have a better life. And I think just to update us that since the last annual conference for Dolan, we have moved from that time till now that we were able to deliver the virtual sessions for the doctors, nurses, pharmacists, social workers, and the pastors within our district hospitals and clinics, so that we can all have the knowledge component of palliative care, which will address them not only to the physical needs of the patients, their psychological bit, because we know people get depressed and frustrated when they have got so many life distresses, as well as attending to their social needs and spiritual needs. So that training was really supported by many organizations, and some of those partners that made it happen is our friends from Palliative Care Works. I just want to take 1 second to acknowledge the members of that team that are here with us today, because we are going to do now a face-to-face training starting from Monday for the whole week for the district hospitals. Please, can I call you to rise up, Bomme, please? In palliative care is simple. It's just to attend to the total person, with the total pain, with the dimensions of physical issues, the dimensions of their distresses and the psychological distresses, the spiritual element which tends to be left behind and forgotten in most times, but also the social component, which has a bigger component of financial, where people lose their jobs because they've got life-limiting conditions, or the cancer treatment, whether it's chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or even the surgery. Somebody has lost the leg or arm. How are they still going to be able to work in the factories? There's no way. So it means their social kind of domain is affected, and financially that will have affected the household income. So that is the whole base of palliative care. We need to collaborate, work together with others, and deliver. I think here it was just to highlight the mission behind what we do, the hope that we need to bring to the nation, to the families, to the patients. That is being the light and the salt within the life of others who are less privileged. And it is all about delivering that through the four operational pillars. We've been advocating, raising awareness, making our leaders within the ministry, within the parliament, and everywhere that palliative care is what Basutu deserves and needs. Yeah, and the capacity building we have just mentioned for the trainings we did online and now face to face, as well as the rest. Yeah, you can move from there, Yellow. Yeah, our mission is still continuing. We have got the land in Makata, and by the grace of the supporters and our donors, we have been able to do the sword training with the presence of Her Majesty, His Excellency Harry, that the sword training event took place on Wednesday, in which case we believe the 1.9 million donated by the bank will be able to help us build the phase one. We are working with the ministry with the knowledge we have, but I'm grateful that I was really fortunate to have been planted or transplanted to the United Kingdom. I believe it was a divine appointment, because that gave me an opportunity to learn palliative care. And as we speak, I've just completed my master's with Cardiff University, because Wales is now my second home in UK. So we are, with that knowledge and the knowledge of our friends and partners, we are able to support the ministry to build the policies and guidelines around palliative care. And education and training, we are working with our 6 nursing colleges, including our national university, to ensure that palliative care is integrated in the curriculum, and to also to make sure the pain is addressed and other issues along the journey and make morphine more accessible. I think here is just the highlights of November, which are really we appreciate. In the day, Harry, in the first picture is where we had an opportunity and a great support of him and his office, that we had a reception at the British High Commission, where we had many corporate organizations that were really comfortable for me and Dr. Paul to present our vision. And following that, that is when the bank even now committed more to what they pledged on 2020. Then they actually delivered, because it was dragging. But I think it made a difference. And we recognize that not only that when you network with people, and get their support that you are looking for money. There is something that is an invisible currency, and in that day has not been really hesitating. His presence, his advocacy has really made a difference. It is more than money to us, and we are grateful in that. The second picture was when we were in Parliament with Dr. Paul last year in November, together with Meman Tabise, who is the face of Starlight here in Maseru. New Razab Mayor for people to know, while we are out of the country, she's the one really making a difference for our movement. So third picture was when we had the first World Hospice and Palliative Care for our kingdom. That has been ongoing in other nations, but it was the first time it was commemorated here at home. The fourth picture, the Ministry of Water Affairs has donated their resources and time to get us some water in our land because it's still outside the water main. And the last picture was when we were advocating that the palliative care positions are created within ministry. I think here is just to say the fundraising efforts in November. Ngade Haru was there as of Starlight and pushing for the mission that collaborates with these nations that we can do better in the health space, and that is what got us all that money, and we are grateful. Through ILO, Dr. Annette was able, through Starlight and all the other parties, made it possible that Dr. Annette came to Lesotho to support the mission. Do I still minutes? I have minutes. Let me just let me finish. Here is just to say, from that time when we were invited by Dolan with their collaboration with the Welsh government, we were privileged to even meet His Majesty King. When we moved in from there, we still continue not only advocate for palliative care in adults, but in children. That was in Berea Hospital in August. Then the last two pictures was for Wednesday when the sorting event took place. I think that is it. Can only say, if you want to walk fast, walk alone. But if you want to build a legacy and go further and impact people more, then work with others. We are grateful our partners, Dolan, and other partners that I haven't been able to mention. Honestly, God bless you all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mayor Tebelo. We are good on time. Hill our land, are you ready? Can you come forward, please? I know they're going to dance. Which kind of dance, I'm not sure.
All protocol observed. Now, in the presence of Amelia Awad, let me introduce myself as Amelia Holo. I am very excited, and I took a longer time trying to do my speech in singing. And it was very difficult. You know, I tried something like Hila Land Organization, but it really didn't work. So, I'm so sorry. I'm not going to dance. I wanted to sing. So I'm here to tell and share with you all the good work that Hila Land Organization is doing. And I'll just start, maybe start from the year 2023 today. So HOLO, it's Hila Land Organization, which was founded in 2019. It was at a time when there was a crisis of
the killings that I think almost all of us know about. And yeah, the situation was hopeless. I felt like no one was doing anything. I didn't even know what I could do, who I was, how I would do it. But there was a cry in me that, just someone has to stand up and do something. So in 2021, Holo now initiated what you call Heal Island Organization, Motivational and Educational Club, which is a club of children and adolescents. We are working with children from grade 1 and to the last grade at high school level. We support them with, oh my God, oh, there's no, no, it's fine, thank you. So we support them with psychosocial support, and we offer life skills. We do activities like in life skills, we do activities that help them engage, and that motivational talks. Like recently, we had in Ndate Setempe Proka. I thank you, Ndate. He went to Holo to motivate our learners. So we since 2023, because by the beginning of 2023, we registered 156 learners. We are so happy that today, as we speak in 2024, October, we have registered 219 learners. So our mission as a whole is to promote health, education, human dignity, gender equality, health and well-being. And this is the first activity of HoloMake that we have been doing in 2023. The second activity is the post-traumatic stress disorder outreach at Museum Plateau, where the crisis of killings started. And when I was at that place, for the first time, I normally sing the national anthem. I am a good singer, I can sing. At that day when I sang the national anthem, when I looked at the people, looked at the community, how broken, how frustrated, how angry they were. The atmosphere was very tense. They didn't want to stand near one another. And that day, when I sang the national anthem, tears filled my eyes because for the first time I realized it is a prayer, it's not a song. So for the first time, I prayed. I didn't sing the national anthem. And what we did, I'll just briefly share with you the report because we did the outreach with River Health in partnership with Dolan Kamju Lesotho. And River Health is a medical scheme, so they were the ones that were offering post-traumatic stress disorder to the community. So I'll briefly share their feedback. The feedback goes as thus. Of 325 the screened people, so 325 people were screened, representing 100%, were of the opinion that if it were possible, they would leave their villages and relocate. 281 people, representing 86.5%, were directly affected by losing their family members from brutal gunshot violence. The above showed more than 85% of the people negatively suffering from PTSD. 20 families representing 30.8%, their family members had joined gun shooting gangs, looking forward to retaliate, resulting in about 100 people as new breed of potential continuity of gunshot violence and traumatic events. But this year I again visited last month and it was so exciting to see that there has been a transformation. People were sitting near each other. I hosted an organization from France called Home for Humanity. So they were there to do a healing cycle for the community. So there was a huge transformation. I deeply appreciate the effort of Dole and Kambi Lesotho for having stepped in when they heard that there's a loud cry for intervention. I'm trying to be so quick because my kids are also going to do an activity. The third one is we have table tennis club. I don't know, Sharon, if it's possible to just play the video. There's that small icon. Okay, I also continue talking. So the video that I wanted all of us to watch is during the handover of the table tennis that was done by His Excellency, the British High Commissioner. It was so huge. Oh, okay, no problem. It was such a huge activity. We were so excited. We were running across the street. And I am so happy that we have progressed so much with our table tennis club that we have now 13 club members participating in national tournaments. And what is more exciting is in October, we had a national youth camp, and one of our girls participated. And then in stage one, a group stage, our club member was position 1. And we have been playing it all by ourselves. You know, we didn't know what we were doing. I would exercise with them, I would run, you know, but at least now I know we're going somewhere. We were coaching ourselves, and believe me, table tennis was a new sport altogether to us. These kids didn't know about the existence of table tennis, but their dedication is so amazing. And what's even more exciting is a few weeks back, I received a call from Lesotho Table Tennis Association asking for the details of my kids because some of them are possibly going to play in Region 5 starting from next year, which is international, on an international level. So this is the work that we are doing as Holo, and I'm so happy with all the support that Holo is getting from Dole and Kambi Lesotho. I know it's never easier to work with me. They have all the patience, and that is one I admire them so much. So Dole, at least since last year, supported Holo by giving us 3 ILOs, International Learning Opportunity Placement. We had Michael Bott, the founder of table tennis. We had Amber Horton. We had Kate Moore. All of them were there to help Holo improve in administration, project management skills, accountability, and many more. So again, I visited to Wales, and then I met the robot man. There's a man in the robot who is telling people what to do. It was so exciting. So in Wales, there was a lot to learn. It was such a huge exposure and experience. And I am so happy that from Wales, what one came home with is now we are starting a journey of a youth exchange program with Cadiz Youth Service. This is huge. I was expecting the clapping of hands. And then, as well, I went to St. David's, and at St. David's, I was able to at least get support to help 2 learners with bursary. And then also the last one, but there are so many. I think these ones are the ones that I just jotted down. I managed to have a meeting with the CEO of Wales Table Tennis, with Sharon and Mike, and we're able to be given table tennis equipment. The last one is the climate action. So coming back from Wales, where you don't easily see a paper on the floor, and where back here at home, it's so normal to be in a text and then you're eating chips and then you just throw your summer pack through the window. And if you are not doing that, the person who is sitting next to you asks you, why are you not throwing it through the window? You know. So one realized the importance of environmental health. And I'm so happy with my friend in Thais because we sat down, as much as Holo was already doing, we were already doing the climate change awareness events, but now we joined with Mafrenyi in Thais and we did a World Cleanup Day on the 20th September together. It was a success because it was very cold, but the energy of everyone was amazing. We had at least 450 learners. We had at least 26 teachers and at least 20 community members taking part. My kids are telling me that my time is up. So these are about the few that we have managed to do. But over and above all, I appreciate deeply the support of Roland Country Lesotho because so much is happening within our communities. The need is so much. And for someone who is so far, to just catch up with what you are saying and somehow connecting with the burden that's within you to try and make transformation is beyond a human explanation. I deeply appreciate Dolan Country Lesotho. Your work is amazing. And I'll conclude by saying we are trailing way upward as follow. Our passion, the cry of our hearts, is that one day, as a mention of our names, when we are no more, peace, reconciliation, hope must never be forgotten. Thank you. My kids have already told me my time is up.
Hi everyone, I'm here to celebrate. So may you please all stand up. May you please also dance with us and also have fun.
Thank you very much. We are here to celebrate. Those words are very strong. We are here to celebrate. As Dolan, we are here to celebrate our achievements, to celebrate our challenges and turn them into opportunity. There we are. We are just approaching the final bit now. Make it. Oh, it's you. We can't reverse the program. Definitely. Exactly.
Right, I'm really nervous. I'm really nervous, so please be kind. Whilst I warm up, can we please say a massive thank you to Maniane? I've heard stories about his emceeing skills, but now it's beautiful to see it in person. Thank you, Maniane. Hi, everybody in Wales or anywhere else. I'm really sorry that the view isn't great, but I hope that you've enjoyed being with us today. Thank you very much for joining us online. Really appreciate it. Okay. Right. I got this, right? I got this. Okay. I can't, after the children, I mean, come on. They were fantastic. I think we should end there, right? Well done, well done, well done. Thank you, everybody, for such a warm welcome. I haven't been for a long time. Sharon hasn't been for even longer. And we were nervous. We haven't slept for weeks. And it's been so lovely to have such a warm welcome and to feel like we're coming home and to have old friends and new friends treat us with warmth and just all the love. Thank you very much, everybody. We really appreciate it. I also want to thank all of the speakers who've come today. It's phenomenal. The work that you do is off the charts. I'm so inspired by it, and it makes me really proud to be part of Dolen and to know that there's so much happening, not just in Wales, which is all we get to see really, but across Lesotho too. And thank you for all the effort you've made to be here today. Some of you have travelled really far, and we're really grateful that you care enough about Dolen to take the time to be with us. Thank you very much. Oh, my speech keeps disappearing. Right. Oh, Natata did it too. Hi. I'm not going to single everybody out. I'm sorry, and I wish I could, but you know, you'll all fall asleep. But as a person with an invisible disability, hearing you talk about the importance of inclusion, I'm going to cry. This is ridiculous. The importance of inclusion and helping somebody empower themselves, creating opportunities for people to empower themselves. It's life-changing. So thank you for that work. And I know that there's lots of people in the room here who are committed to inclusion. So thank you. Okay, so I was 3 years old when Lesotho was founded. No, I was not. Oh, I didn't need to try and include jokes, did I? I didn't make people laugh with me. Thank you. I was 3 years old when Dolen was founded. Or to use the Welsh word, Dolen is the Welsh word for link. And so when we talk about linking Wales and Lesotho, when we talk about the partnership between Wales and Lesotho, we talk about Dolen. Dolan isn't just the name of our organisation, it's the spirit of our organisation. It's the spirit of collaboration between people in Wales and people in Lesotho, between governments in Wales and governments, between community groups, between organisations, NGOs, all the way across. It's the spirit of what Dolan means. But I was just a baby, and as you have seen, I'm very nervous about making this speech. So to try to prepare, I Googled how to write a good speech. Right. I can imagine, you can probably all imagine that that was an awful idea. The internet is full of rubbish. It was trash. It was not inspiring. It was not helpful. But I did go down a little rabbit hole, and I came across the poet Maya Angelou. Thank you. And there is a lot I love about Maya Angelou. She was giving a lecture to young people, and she was saying, when you go out into the world, take your ancestors with you. Yeah? And she was saying, take the people, your family, the people who have loved you, take them with you. They will stand behind you, they will prop you up, and their love will shine through you when you present yourself to the world. And I thought, oh, that's what Sharon and I are doing. Sharon and I are part of Dolan, and Dolan is a family. And Dolan is a community of people who love and support each other. Sharon and I don't stand in front of you as individuals. There is a legacy of 40 years, well, 39, 40 years next year. There's a legacy of 39 years behind us, of leaders, of people who are inspiring and who are led by love and compassion for global solidarity, for looking after their own community and for looking after communities and supporting communities in the other side of the world. And so I totally lost track of my speech. But I want to acknowledge that Sharon and I don't stand on our own. We are supported by Veronica. We are supported by the founders, some of which were mentioned earlier, some of which are no longer with us, but who are still there. Their spirit of endurance still sits within Sharon and I, and it still supports us. And I hope that you see the light of their love come through Sharon and I when we stand before you. I don't know if I've gone off track. So, I've gone off track, guys. They're daunting shoes to fill. They really are. Everybody who's come before us, everybody has taken Dolan and has tried to make Dolan better than it was when they found it. And they have all been successful in that. And for Sharon and I, it's really intimidating to stand in these shoes and to look at Dolan and to say, it's fantastic. How can we make it better? How can we fill those shoes? And I'm going to ask people to stand up now, because the people who helped Sharon and I fill those shoes, not only the people, the legacy that comes behind us, not only our ancestors, but the people who are with us today. Natate, Kware. Oh, I was practicing. I'm sorry, Natate, please could you stand up? Dr. Kwame. Natate Mohapi, our chair, Advocate Joanna Jonas. These are the board members who lead the Dolan work in both Wales and Lesotho. They are the backbone that support Sharon and I. And it's really important that we wouldn't, without your leadership, without your advice and support, Sharon and I, we would be floundering. But more importantly, without your challenge. We had a really hard meeting there yesterday. Oh, and I loved it. I was called out. I was told what I was doing wrong. I was told about the mistakes that we've made in the past. And I am endlessly grateful. I cannot express how grateful I am for your honesty and for your truth. And without your critical friendship, without your challenge, we would not be successful. We would not be thriving. So thank you very much. Can you please stay standing, because I also would like Natate Manyane, come and stand next to me. See you hiding behind there. Thank you. Netate Manyane, Netate Cozy. Yeah, hello. Netate Satempe. Together with our board of trustees, this is the team in Lesotho that leads work for Dolen. And yeah, I've said it, I'm thankful, I'm grateful. But I think I really would like to step back and let them all soak in the cheers for 1 second. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Right. I'm nearly finished, guys. I don't know how we're doing for time, but I'm nearly finished. Okay. So this is the team that makes Dolen's work possible. Thank you very much. Next year, we celebrate 40 years of Dolen. And as Manyane has said, we're looking forward to the next 40 years. So what will Dolen Cymru Lesotho look like in 2065? I had to check my math. That's right, isn't it? We're talking 2065, 40 years? Good. So I'll be honest, I mean, I can't even do the math. I'll be honest, I don't know. I don't know what Dolen will look like in the future. But what I do believe very firmly is that it's in your hands. Today's celebration of today is a celebration of the Lesotho drive, passion, and commitment to improving not only your own community, but also the global community and the communities in Wales. I want everybody to look around you, look at the Lesotho and the Lesotho next to you. You guys, you are the future. The Lesotho are the future of Dolen Cymru Lesotho. I believe that in 2065, Dolen Cymru will be led from Lesotho. I have a vision of Wales benefiting from African development, from Lesotho innovation, Lesotho intelligence, Lesotho leadership. And I can't wait for that to happen. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I hope I'll still be alive in 2065. We are nearly approaching the end. This year, next year, when we celebrate 40 years, 11 Basotho students will be flying in June. 4 WTPP teachers will be flying. 36 students, including teachers, will be flying from Wales to Lesotho. We hope, I wish the Minister of Foreign Affairs was here. We want to increase the numbers through the sponsorship of government. Can you convey that message, please? While you're having tea, I know, please convey that we want to increase Basotho students going to Wales. That we have reached the end of our celebration today. And as part of Dolen that Harry McDonald, I wish to invite you to make some closing remarks.
Good afternoon. What an inspirational room this is. The people in this room are the people who are making something happen here in Lesotho. It's an extraordinary thing to see. I've been in Lesotho for 2 years. And in that time, I have been fortunate enough to meet some of the most extraordinary people I've met anywhere in the world. And I've traveled all around the world. I've been in many different places. And most of those extraordinary people are sitting right in front of me right now. So it's quite intimidating, actually, to see such an extraordinary collection of people. Because Lots of people want to do good things. Lots of people want to make the world a better place, but you are making Lesotho a better place. And so my eternal gratitude to all of you for everything you are doing for this beautiful nation, because you're the people who are standing up and saying, I will make that change. I will be the person who makes a difference. I will be the person who helps Lesotho to become exactly what it deserves to be. So it's an extraordinary thing to see all of you gathered here in front of me today. Many of you are people that I've had the good fortune to spend time with, and I won't necessarily run through all of the incredible names here today, but the thing that Dolan and Lesotho have together is that friendship. And it's created a friendship between Wales and Lesotho that is lasting forever. And that friendship means so much. It meant so much when His Majesty King Letsier III and 4 government ministers visited Cardiff earlier this year. Because it was the funniest speech I've ever seen the King give. You can only be funny when you're with friends. And His Majesty's visit to Cardiff was a recognition of that friendship, the spirit that exists between Basotho, between the people of Wales. And when that trip was being organized, and I will say the organizer is standing very close to all of you right now. When the trip was being organized, it could easily have just gone to London. It could have gone to London and met the City of London, met the UK government ministers, but there was an insistence. It had to go to Wales. It had to be the case that the friendship that exists between Wales and Lesotho was recognized in this 200th anniversary of the founding of the Kingdom of Lesotho, because that friendship is part of Lesotho's story now. So Lesotho's story includes the friendship with Wales, and that story should go on not just for the next 40 years, but for the next 200 years. And Kath, thank you for your impassioned speech. You're right, you do stand on the shoulders of the giants that have come before you. Those giants created something. They created this friendship that exists, but they had that vision. They had that vision for something that would last, that vision for something that really meant that the souls of people in Wales and the souls of people in Lesotho were connected. But we are now in a new era. We're in a new era that we are, that our co-directors, Kath, Sharon, are helping to deliver. We're in a new era with the first chair of Dolan Cwmni, who was a Lesotho advocate, Joanna Jonas. We're in a new era because the vision that the founders rightly had of this incredible friendship is one that needs to last forever. And the only way that things last forever is that you keep telling people about it. You don't shy away from saying, this is something that matters. And this does matter. What Dolan Cwmni does here matters. And we need to keep ensuring that we are broadcasting that information to as many people as possible, not because it's important for our egos, as some may have thought previously, but because it inspires others to greatness. Because when I landed in Lesotho, I didn't know much about this country, but what I found were the inspirational people. And those inspirational people have brought others up with them. And Dolan, in my message to Dolan actually, is that we need to make sure that we are inspiring the next generations to do exactly the same as you are doing. And you only inspire the next generation because you show them what you are doing, and you keep showing them, and you keep believing in them. And so through your Tithe program, you are showing them what's possible. It's an extraordinary program. I've seen the benefits of it personally when I've visited some of the districts that Tithe touches. But we keep telling the story of Dolan. We keep telling the story of the friendship between our two peoples. And we will do that for the next 40 and then the next 200 years, and they will never be forgotten. I want to talk about some of the inspirational people that I've met. May Emilia You talked about the day when table tennis came to Matien. And that was because of Mike Board, who was an ILO, an international learning opportunity placement from Wales, who came out, believed that there was something that he could do, and he made a small difference, which was to bring table tennis to some young people in a part of this country where there's not that much for them to do. And May Amelia is one of the most inspirational people I've ever met in my life. But she now has some of the support and some of the backing that Don and Welsh Government have been able to provide for her. And on this day when we played table tennis, I helped to show some of the young people how to play table tennis. And they weren't very good. And I beat them all easily. And then a few months later, I came back and I played table tennis against the same young people, and they smashed me off the table. It just shows when people have opportunity, when people are given a chance, the talent is there. And May Amelia, you're unlocking that talent, and it's an incredible thing to see. And it's an incredible thing to see through your eyes, the talent that you are unlocking. I often say that May Amelia is the inspirational woman I look to making a difference for young people here. The man I look to for inspiration is Ntade Desitso. And Ntade Desitso was so inspiring that he managed to get me learning how to become a referee for rugby. The leadership of the sports community in Lesotho is making a difference to young people's lives, because it gives them hope, it gives them a purpose, it gives them an alternative to the paths that they might otherwise take. And I have been following Ntade Desitso around the country. He calls me up and he says, "Your Excellency, I really want you to do this thing." And I said, "Where is it? When is it? How much is it going to cost me?" And his answer to all of them is, "Oh, don't worry, it will be fine." But then he said, "We need a referee for the rugby finals." And I said, "I've never even played rugby." He says, "Don't worry, rugby's for people of all sizes." And I say, "Here in Lesotho, maybe I could play rugby." But I learned how to referee. But what I didn't account for was I didn't learn how to put up the goalposts when they fell down because the wind blew them down. So I had to rely on his skill and his capability to make sure that would happen. But the friendship between Wales and Lesotho is in part personified by Ntade President of Lesotho Sports and Recreation Committee, who was just in Wales in the last couple of weeks. Building on that friendship, building on the friendship that's created through Dolen, and is now going to other places as well in Wales. And I hope that we'll be able to announce some things in the coming period as a result of what that visit has created. These links go deeper. We facilitate. My job is to open people's doors, which is why I bought some very heavy boots. But Dolen, you also facilitate. So you identify and help bring on the people who are making the next steps. And Ntade Desitso has found some new partners, some new friends. I hope we'll see some success as a result of those as well. And may Matichaba, as we were saying the other day. I know May Tabello to your friends, but May Matichaba as well in front of Her Majesty. You mentioned my name several times, so I have to return the punishment. But because of Dolen and the support that was being provided by the people of Wales, you have had a platform which you have used extraordinarily well. The challenges that you have faced were not small, and you needed to persevere. You needed to push on through in order to make something happen. Because putting your hand up and saying, "I will do something," doesn't mean that it then happens. You then have to put in the really hard graft, the hard work. And you've been doing it for a decade. That persistence is quite extraordinary. And you even managed to persuade Her Majesty the Queen to learn how to dig from a JCB. Her Majesty was, I don't know if I should say this, Her Majesty was a bit nervous about digging away using heavy machinery. It's not normally the role of a queen, but because we all believe in you, we believe in what you are doing, we believe in the change that you are making, and the change that you are making was recognized with the sod turning a few days ago, but also with the backing that others are giving to you and the corporate support that you have created. You had the idea, the vision, the passion. You found the friends. You found the friends in Dolan. You found the friends through the private sector, and you're going to make it happen. And that's an incredibly inspiring story. We need to tell that story for the next 40 years. You've been tapped on the back by Dr. Paul Myers. Dr. Paul Myers, of course, is an important part of this story, and is an important part of the story of Dolan, the important part of the story of the friendship, but the important part of the story is that he has brought wisdom, capability, and expertise. And you brought that when you were chairing Dolan, you bring it in your current role supporting Starlight, but you also bring it with the gravitas that your presence offers when you're in this country. So keep coming back, come back every year, multiple times a year, and then Mate Bella will get more money. But I've also been able to see the benefits of the education programs that Dolan has been running. I was here when Jolly Phonics had their launch event with the Minister of Education. He was very keen to do the Jolly Phonics dance. I'm surprised that only May Amelia got us to dance. We should have been doing the Jolly Phonics dance as well. But from that first moment, it was clear that the joy, in fact, that Jolly Learning offers, and that through the backing of Dolan Cymru has become a reality here, has been spread. And that joy of learning, the joy of learning is at the heart of what Jolly Phonics and Jolly Learning, the organization, offer. And bringing that joy to young people means that they're more likely to succeed in school, because they're more likely to succeed because they want to be there and they want to learn. And the Jolly approach has been very successful. We'll need to keep working to make sure that it stays successful, because it's never guaranteed. So we keep going, we keep pushing, and we keep making Jolly Phonics a part of this country's future. Same with the Tithe program. I'm very glad that it's carrying on. That's a great success for all who've been advocating it with the Welsh Government. And the Tithe program has brought people together. I saw that earlier this year in an event at Centre Bale, huge event when lots of young people from Wales came to celebrate this beautiful Welsh language and Sesotho language songs and poetry, unifying these two peoples through a celebration. I've been trying to organize or arrange what I'd like to have called an Eisteddfod, and so that was our Eisteddfod during 2024, which we had, and then the Mochedi in West Wales earlier this year. I was supposed to be there. Unfortunately, the UK government called a general election pretty much the same day, so and I can now say that was a mistake by that old government. My new government is, of course, great, and I love them very much. Well done to them. And so long as they are my government, I continue to loyally serve them. But the fact that we had a Mochedi in Wales and an Eisteddfod here is, during the Sotho's bicentennial celebration, is an important part of that story. And the people that were at that celebration were from around the Sotho. It's not just Maseru, it's the various different districts. I can't go through all of the different districts, but I did hear our MC talk about Clothing District. If Dolan wants to do more work there, I've got some. So, you know, I've got some that we can line up. Mental health for children, you know, I think we can come up with some projects, some work there. There's always more that we can do together, and I will be going, in fact, to Rooting in a couple of weeks. I will be walking alongside the Baputi for their commemorative walk. So their commemorative walk, which happens every year, which it's a commemoration, and it's a commemoration of things that happened in the past, and those things, they did involve the British. I will be the first Brit to walk alongside. Why this is important to mention here is that the grave sites of the British who are in and around that region, the most common name is Jones. Whilst I say British, and I am the British High Commissioner, they were mostly Welsh people here. And so that Welsh story is something that we will be telling as part of that commemoration, and as we walk alongside the Baputi and stand shoulder to shoulder with a community that is sometimes a little bit forgotten, including it here in Lesotho. And talking of walk, the Moshweshwe walk earlier this year, which was, I can tell you that this flag was flying. It was part of the walk, part of the celebration. So the Welsh dragon, Ijakoch, was walking in the footsteps of Morena Moshweshwe, the founder of this nation, 200 years after he first made that same trek. And so, in telling the story of Wales and Lesotho, we're also telling the story of the fact that Wales was paying its respects. Wales was here to pay its respects to the founder of Lesotho, to the founder of this great nation, and is here now and in the future to be a friend and to be a partner. I have to say, my role as the British High Commissioner is to build the partnerships and the friendships between Lesotho and the UK. Fortunately, you're all doing that job for me. So it's turned out to be quite easy. All I have to do is occasionally turn up and look pretty. I don't know why you're laughing at that. But also to tell the stories. And we'll continue to tell those stories because once the stories stop being told, they're forgotten. And we will continue to tell those stories. I will continue to tell those stories. I will continue to be a champion for everything that we can find that brings our peoples together. And everything you do is at the heart of that. I want to recognize the fact there are a couple of people from the Welsh community here in Lesotho who are in the room. Is Jan Jeffrey still here? Jan? Jan was mentioned earlier, but what I want to say is that what Jan does is extraordinary. Jan, in heading up her organization, the Physiotherapy Outreach Program, is supporting disabled children to lead more active and purposeful lives. And it's quite an emotional thing to see. And Jan toils away here, working extremely hard behind the scenes. She's not the sort of person who often wants to stand in front of the microphone and shout. So I am. So I think, Jan, your contribution to this country deserves to be recognized. And given that this is a Welsh celebration, I think it's time to also celebrate the fact that you are bringing hope to children with disabilities, and it's an extraordinarily beautiful thing. I'd also like to pay my respects to the tallest member of the Welsh community here in Lesotho, Mark West, Cycling Mark, who continues to support sports here in Lesotho, and has been a good friend to my High Commission and to the community here more broadly. And I discovered today why he stayed in Lesotho so long. He and his wife make a very beautiful couple. But Mark, also, I think you are the longest resident from the Welsh community here in Lesotho. And so when the rest of us who are working on friendships between Lesotho and Wales, we may come and go, Mark has remained. Mark is our man here in Lesotho. And so I think it's great that you're here today. When we're thinking about Wales and Lesotho, let's use this guy because he's here for us. And then finally, in this speech, which I know is long, but I have a title that allows me to exploit that. Our host is the director of Kick for Life still here? Ah, here he is, Director Modladzi. Kick for Life, which was originally founded by a couple of guys from the UK, it is now entirely, on a day-to-day basis, entirely Mosotho-led by Intati Director Modladzi, because he has the skill and the capability to do that. So what you're seeing here is because of him. What you're seeing around you with the Stadium of Life, which I believe will become the second largest stadium in this country, is because of his leadership and the capability of his team, his Basotho team here at Kick for Life. But what you might not know is that he and I work very closely together because I'm wearing my colours today, Wrexham. The partnership between Kick for Life and Wrexham is something that, shall we say, originated in Lesotho. And so, as president of the Lesotho Wrexham Supporters Club, I'd like to acknowledge my secretary. The secretary of the Lesotho Wrexham Supporters Club, Intati Director Modladzi. I believe we'll be screening a game next weekend. So come to Kick for Life to watch the next Wrexham game next weekend, and I'm sure we'll have a good time. And then start supporting Wrexham. That should be your Welsh club. I know some of you might support Cardiff or Swansea or whatever, but we'll be championing that new part of the story, because this year Wrexham Football Club and Kick for Life signed that new partnership. It's the only international partnership Wrexham has, and it's here in Lesotho. And the chief executive, or executive director of Wrexham, was out here. He's a very large man, but that didn't stop him from being pretty good when we had a match earlier this year. It was the Kick for Life All-Stars versus the British High Commissioners 11. And when I came on for the British High Commissioners 11, we were 4-1 up. By the end of the match, it was 4-4. Well done, now. But that is likely to be a partnership that grows and grows. And I think we're likely to see more exposure for Lesotho as a result of this partnership with a Welsh organization. We're likely to see that exposure to Lesotho on an international stage, not just here in Lesotho, not just in Wales, but beyond that, to the whole world. And I hope that we will use that platform to build something incredible for the future, for the next 40 years, the next 200 years. But that can only happen if we get more Basotho supporting Wrexham. So come and turn out. We want to see more Wrexham supporters from here. But Bomela Modate, I know that what's next is lunch, and that is an important part. So I'll be very happy to continue to banter with you through the lunch period, but mostly actually to learn from you, because I've learned so much in the last 2 years. I've learned so much from the partnership that Dolan Cymru has created. I've learned so much from the Basotho here who have inspired such incredible achievements under sometimes quite difficult circumstances. So thank you for everything that you have done. I believe there were some shouts from the back that the way that you should say that is diolch. But also you should say Gelaboa. And then you should say Kotso Ula Nala.
In Sesotho, when the head has spoken, nobody can speak afterwards. It's a done deal. So 2 songs and we eat His Excellency. we have among us here that this Dilo who went to the UK, to the exchange program of state, and he's a very good singer. I just grabbed him by the hand. He was not prepared. And that, can you come over here, sing one song, which you did when we were at Talabasi? Those are the memories we are taking you to. Can you come over, please? And after the song, May Amelia, be prepared. I know you are very good in singing the national anthem. He's a teacher at Morija Girls High School. You. Thank you very much. Follow your heart, follow Dolan. Oh, immediately after Mayor Amelia sings the national anthem, Mayor Joanna, if you can lead the head table for a meal, then we will follow you. Thank you.
My apologies. My voice is really not good today, but we have Holo Mac music instructor. He will step in on my behalf.
Women want that there's a special request that if it's possible for us to take a group photo here before we go for a meal. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah, I'll try to put those flags out so that they become part of the. May I humbly request that we stand here and take a photo quickly. What are you saying? His Excellency should remain. Okay. Can we do it, please, so that we save your time? We've already spent 30 minutes of your time. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Just one last thing. There are some media people here. If they want to make some interviews, please come to the podium. I'll arrange makers and Sharon. Please don't go for a meal. We need to wrap up. I'm in charge here. Please, we need to wrap up. If TV Lesotho wants to interview you or any media houses, then we can take it from there. You're all invited for lunch. Mayor Joanna, please take them for lunch. Okay. The selfie.
You said you did a very good job.
Thank you.
Okay. Hi everyone. I don't know if who's still here, but we are now finishing and having some food. So thank you very much all of you for joining us online. I can't see any of you, I'm sorry, but if you could, I don't know, put a little wave in the chat or something, then you'll say goodbye. If anybody wants to say anything, you can take yourself off mute, and I'll be able to hear you very briefly. I don't know if you heard that. Thank you very much. About. Yeah. Oh. Good. Speech like that. No, I live in the They're still on like. Okay. You want to say hello? Introduce yourself. Say hi. Hello, everyone. I am Mr. Jenny. I've been at last year, 2023. Oh, I wish they kept a new restaurant. It's so nice to be there. Thank you, Charles. Thank you. Okay, really lovely to see you all. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us. I'm trying to change the view. See if I can see you all. Somebody is saying that they're still waiting for the song. I'm really sorry if you couldn't hear it. Apologies. But thank you, everybody, and have a lovely weekend. Bye. Bye.